Hello, Mark and Lauren. Nice to see you again. Thanks for coming in today. Today, our main objective is to talk about education planning for Mary. And some of the parameters that you shared with me in our first meeting was that you wanted to secure funding for Mary's education prior to retirement, or at least you're concerned about it as you go into retirement because you will not be working while she is going to school. So the key factors were number one is you wanted an Ivy League school, and you currently have Susie and David going to Harvard, and I'm going to use that number of $40,000 per year as a basis for our calculations. She's age 5, so she'll go to school in 13 years. You wanted to prepare for 4 years of undergrad and 2 years of grad school, so that would be a total of 6 years. We wanted to use a 7% annual increase for costs and a growth rate of growth stocks return of 10% for the planning. Uh, there's a variety of ways to fund education, but for your particular situation with your income levels, your assets, I really feel like 529 plan will be the best choice for you. It offers the ability for you to, number one, maintain control of the assets at all times. You get to decide who, what, where, and when money will be distributed. It also gives you the most tax advantages. Uh, you do not get to deduct the money going in unless your state offers the opportunity to deduct a little bit there. However, the contributions into the plan grow tax deferred the whole time they're there. No 1099s or taxes paid year to year. And when the money comes out for higher qualified higher education, it all comes out tax free. So the savings there on the taxes, especially in a higher tax bracket, are substantial and very important for you. Um, the other thing is some other plans have limitations as far as phase outs depending on incomes. The 529 does not. So another reason for a good choice for you. Okay. Some institutions have 529, a qualified tuition plan, and states offer them. I'm running the illustrations for you today on state plans. However, if you know the exact school that Mary would go to, we can certainly investigate that school to see what plans might be available there in comparison to the plans that I've been looking at as far as state plans go. Okay? So if you project $40,000 today out 13 years to when Mary starts school, and then withdrawals coming out at that amount for the next 6 years, again growing at 7%. And if you add up all of those values through time and discount them back to present value, that amount for you would be $156,515. So again, it's 40,000 out 13 years, inflating at 7%, uh, and then the withdrawals coming out for 6 more years, again inflating at 7%, and then all of that with your investments growing at a rate of 10% rate of return. That amount in today's dollars is $156,515. You could also elect, if you desire, to pay it on an annual basis, for instance, up until the time Mary starts school. So that'd be 13 annual payments. If you did decide to do that, that amount would be $22,034 per year. However, I want to also just say again that these accounts grow tax deferred and all the income comes out tax free. So obviously the more you can fund them earlier, the better are you off for growth and tax-free withdrawals. You are able to put in $14,000 per year as a gift, each for a total of $28,000. And there is a 5-year averaging allowed for 529s through the taxes, and that would mean that you could pre-fund up to 140,000. Then you can't put anything else in for 5 years. And then at that point, we could see if we were off a little bit and continue to add more to it as needed. So that would be my recommendation of 529, fund it early, and then we keep an eye on it over time and adjust accordingly. One caution I might throw in there, if that's okay, is your 10% rate of return for investments, I think is a good number. And however, I think over the long haul, a higher rate of return like that can be a little bit of a challenge, in as much as if we fell short a little bit, then you wouldn't have the funding needed or hoped for. And so I might suggest maybe rerunning all these numbers at 8% rate of return if you'd like to see what that number would be. And either way is totally fine, your choice. Just want to be able to provide that help either way. So once again, Mark and Lauren, thank you for the opportunity to be of assistance, and I look forward to making some final decisions at this at our next full planning meeting for the financial plan. Thank you.